would do. Okay, I didn't read that right. Reading is fundamental. What's the nastiest thing you would do sexually? And we actually had this discussion last night. And I'm going to actually kind of read it.
Oh. We get live stuff.
Man, don't be putting that man business on these
We don't know who he
He
is.
said you don't know, but if the question said what was the nastiest thing you would do, I think it would be it would be this situation or this scenario here where I would.
We got quiet. We ready for this.
Let me take my shot because
I would definitely do some exchanging and swallowing of bodily fluids of someone that wasn't my life partner, and if he had definitely hold that some of that too.
Let me read it for you.
If he had came inside of her, I would have no problem. Or the nastiest thing I would do, I wouldn't have a problem if it made our relationship stronger to remove that bodily fluid from her body that he placed there.
Oh, okay.
I did a really good G version.
Okay,
that was a really good G version.
Okay,
that was the G version.
She don't want you to read it.
Yeah, it was the G version.
That was a way better version, though. That was a way better version.
If he had placed bodily fluids in her, I would have no problem with it.
That was good, though. Good times, girl. Is it your turn? Up top. Y'all got some good conversation.
They do have good
conversation. We
conversation.
actually communicate.
Come on, y'all. Communication. Everybody in there with you?
All right. The question is, what's your definition of a threesome, and how is it different from a train? We're gonna let Crystal answer this. To God be the glory. Thank you. Cheers.
Okay, the definition of a threesome. A definition of a threesome to me is 2 women and 1 man, and 2 men and 1 woman. To me, a train, I don't feel like it's different, but to men, I feel like a train is a guy having sex with a girl after she just finished with another guy. So that's a train, right?
I think a train is 1 woman and a whole bunch of men. Just
the football team
one
and 1 girl.
Oh, that's a train.
Yeah.
The basketball team and 1 girl.
Yeah.
Or a basketball team and 1 guy.
Yeah.
Well, that wouldn't happen.
It's
They
working
got
It's every direction.
Okay, well, yeah, there's 2 different things in that then.
Oh, shoot.
Wait a minute now.
William said no. So and Charles said no. So what's y'all's definition? We'll wait on the comments.
What is it? We'll let the voice answer
train
while.
What's a threesome? Definition of a threesome, boys.
It's 1 woman and 2 or more guys.
That's a train, yeah.
That's what I said.
If it's 2 dudes at one time, that's not a threesome in a man's eyes. A threesome is 2 women. Why? Let me give you my explanation.
But who's the man determination?
A man.
God damn, would y'all listen? What the hell? Shit, that's the rule number 1. Your ass don't listen.
Okay, right.
Shit. I mean, shoot. So a threesome, everybody is involved.
Okay.
A train, that nigga stay his. If I'm in there at the same time, it was only like that shit, because I can't look at another nigga. But anyway, if you on that end, I'm on this end.
Yeah.
We switch. It ain't me and him will never interact. That's a train. That make sense to you?
Oh, you talking about like a
daisy
daisy train? You talking about like a daisy
Y'all not
train
at the
where
same
everybody's
time?
connected? That's called a
if
daisy
balls
train.
touch, a nigga gotta die.
That's called.
If a balls touch, nigga gotta die. Nigga, that's gay.
Okay, it's called a daisy. It's called a daisy
May I
train.
ask a question? So, what's the difference? Why is it that it's okay for a guy to have a threesome, but if a woman initiates a threesome with 2 guys,
That's a train.
It's not a train.
Yes, it is. That's a train. You a whore. You hussy. Jezebel. How dare you?
Well, there are poly relationships that are 2 guys and 1 girl.
Right.
He's
So-
gay. That bitch is gay.
That's not fair. That's not fair.
He's gay.
Yes.
A man cannot.
if we're gonna talk about fulfillment, why can't that be a fulfillment that a woman needs? Why does everything have to be 2-sided?
She ain't my woman. If you want to do that, I do. You ain't finna do it with me.
No,
Fuck
I'm
that.
just asking because it's okay for you guys to want threesomes with
Because
2 women,
everybody
but
loves
she-
women. Everybody loves women.
I don't
But
think
if
so.
you love me another woman, then
don't no man like no that nigga gay.
It's like my thing is if I want two men at the same
Can you
time,
bring me some pieces?
why can't it be the same people?
To
me, it seems
just
like
drop me a little.
It's like a double
Just a
standard.
little.
I send Flash. Appreciate you.
It's already done.
My knees
I
low.
don't have nothing to put Sprite over.
Okay, y'all ready to go to the next question?
Yes.
Just a little more. I live around the corner. Can I have just a little more? It made me nervous. Okay.
Here's my question. Do you like anal sex? Anybody want to answer this one?
I've never had it. There you go.
I've tried it.
Never.
Never. You gotta answer a question. Jeez, you can't keep passing.
I mean, I'm not opposed.
Right? It's a
You
good like it?
Yeah.
Feels good.
After that first like 2 minutes,
Yeah.
I mean, then it's like somebody comes over me, and that's when I turn into that hoe in the street.
Is it Jessica or Jessica May in the bed?
That's MJ.
MJ.
That's MJ.
EMJAY. Yes, ma'am.
That's MJ.
Okay, so
With a
question.
splash of tequila.
Yes.
That's another conversation.
That was gonna be good though. I want to hear that one.
I'm talking about tequila like a drink.
I know what you're talking about.
When
Would
I'm
y'all open to
infused
try
with-
it?
Yeah.
Yes. And I told him I was open to try it, and he was like, okay, cool.
You definitely have to be prepared for it though.
I don't think
And-
I was so prepared.
And so I have a really close friend who is homosexual, but he is homosexual. And so we actually had a full-blown conversation about anal sex. And so, you know, we just talked about truffle butter and ways to eliminate that because he has OCD. So I'm just like, how are you gay and you have OCD?
Don't hate.
And like he just started sending me products. Like they have one of those water things on the toilet.
Bidet.
A bidet.
Yeah, they have a bidet on the toilet. They even have the little small key ring size ones for if they're not at home. And so like they just make sure that their area is clean.
So
Because mulatto.
So they got bidets on key rings now?
Yeah, little small ones on Amazon.
I was just gonna ask
I looked
you
them up. I looked it up.
Mulatto
William
said
is giving
he
them
put a
a
thumb in, hit from the back and I'm running, hit from the side and I'm coming, turn around and let him nut on my stomach. That's what Mulatto said.
Mulatto did say
I
that.
don't have a problem with the finger, so I mean, if that's anal, then cool. Here I am.
No,
Yeah, William said
That's
you
a
have to
William
start
thing.
with a finger.
right. And you definitely have to train yourself.
Yeah.
Start with a finger, get some anal beads, some butt plugs, you know, something like that.
And I think
Train
you have to be
yourself.
honest with your partner.
Right.
Like, you know, hey, I have never done this before. I need you to be gentle because some people get scarred for life because people just think it's just automatically open. Doesn't automatically open inward. It automatically opens outward.
Right.
So I think you have to really be patient.
KB said Mulatto must be your favorite rapper, Crystal.
I hate her.
But you have to be open. And like, you know, there's no problem when we say he didn't off the church now, but it is no problem to be open. Because like I told my partner, like, hey, I want you to nut on my back. I want you to nut on my stomach. You have to really be open to doing something different.
Yeah.
Right.
It's all about communication. And the moment has to be right for both parties because niggas don't know that shit hurt until they have to go get a colonoscopy.
Well, and I think every man, not every man, but if
My booty hole is the same size as yours, sir. Or was it Aretha's turn? It was Aretha's turn. She quickly put that question back.
I don't know what it was.
I wonder if this is the pagan question. I don't know.
Who changes their want need for sex first, man or woman?
We already talked about that. Grab another one.
Oop.
We did talk about
We
it.
did talk about it online.
Yes, we did.
There she just made me pick.
Please pick the pagan question.
Let me find out.
No, get it.
She said, please get it.
Because she don't want to answer. Let's see. What's your worst sex experience? Throwing up while giving oral.
That was your worst?
Yeah, I had nachos. We found too little. But I kept going.
I mean, I applaud you.
I mean,
It burnt a little.
that is
Yeah.
a noise men like to hear. I just want y'all ladies to know.
We know.
I don't give a damn.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I bet your mama like hearing it too. Your daddy too.
It gave a
You ain't
little
talking about my
extra
mama.
little bit.
Yeah, any comments on that? I guess now your worst sexual experience?
Worst sexual experience.
I think it's the guys who think that they have it all in the bag.
Speak.
And then it's like, but your dick is little. And
Amen.
and they just
And they have to use finger condoms.
Oh, my neck hurt. It hurt my neck.
I ain't gonna be invited back now.
Let's gonna make two of us this.
Finger condom. What brand is that?
They sell them at the dollar.
At the dollar store.
Okay, actually, when COVID hit, they have the things like when you have a thummy and
I wish somebody would walk up to me with a dollar store
and
condom.
no, but I was just saying they have finger covers that you put. And my classmate had them on her page. She was like, "Oh, I need to get some of these for when I have to clock in biometrically, so I don't have to touch the clock like everybody."
Oh,
else."
so she was about to put a condom
No.
on.
I was just saying she puts. It's like a finger cover. It really is a finger cover. So when you touch stuff.
Yeah.
Right. Okay.
But I'm saying you have, and I was explaining to the doc's comment is that when men try to fool themselves into believing that they're bigger than they are, and you like really, bruh.
You knew you had 4 inches when you walked in.
No, you knew you peed on your balls when you walked in.
Oh.
You had what? What'd she say?
You peed on your balls when you walked
That
in.
ain't even 4 inches.
I want to take a shot on this question.
And you swear you got big energy.
She got the peggy question.
No, I didn't. What question you get?
Have you had a one night stand and was it worth it?
Okay. Was it worth it?
Yes, I had a one night stand and yes, it was worth it.
Look at that thing.
Cheers to that then, sis.
Okay.
A lot of them. All of them. That's not what we're talking about.
Last 2 questions for you two ladies. Tiffany, you want to go first?
Sure.
The switch.
I mean, my answer is no, so it didn't matter.
You want to answer that one?
The answer is still no, so it wouldn't matter.
Okay.
Okay.
Go ahead, Tiffany.
All right. Have you had sex with more than one man in a day or setting? No. Because I'm selfish.
Anybody else want to answer that question?
Damn, that mean Aretha?
I'm trying to see how that's selfish.
No, she said she's
I said
selfish.
I'm selfish, so I wouldn't have sex with more than one man in a day. Because I don't want to expose myself to anything, because I care a lot about myself. I'm internally selfish. I can admit that. I have goals, wants, and needs that I'm gonna make at all times.
So when you was like 22, you never like just got too drunk one night and
Yeah,
then
no.
slept with it.
Yeah, no.
Your boyfriend hates you.
See, I'm single though. See, we gotta remember these things.
Oh, yeah. Okay, that's the
You know
case.
that.
I understand.
question?
Okay, so the last question is, have you ever been asked to peg a man and would you? Yes, I have. My ex, not who I'm with now, probably like 2 exes ago, we were just having a casual conversation. He said, I think I want you to peg me tonight. And I was just like, you know what, I think I need to get my shit.
I thought you was about to say you did it.
No, because it caught me so off guard. And I began to look at him differently. because this was not something we had discussed prior to, like the feeling or the like we're in bed and you ask me, hey, I want you to peg me. Like that's not something you spring on somebody. That's like saying, you know, no. And it's something that if that's something you were into, because I told you like, hey, I'm into off the wall stuff, but it's certain. I have certain boundaries, and even in my off the wallness, and even in my craziness and all that, I have boundaries. And it may not seem like I have boundaries, but I had. And when he said that, immediately I began to think, what else are you hiding? Why you want me to peg you? Have you been with a man? Are you with me because you couldn't be with a man now? You know, I began to have those questions. And so I think if you had said, hey, I really just like my prostate massaged because it gives me a harder orgasm, it does. You can look at it.
It really does.
It really does. And I think if you had said that to me outside of the bedroom, then maybe we would have had I would have had a different mindset. But to spring it on somebody, you say, hey, baby. No. What I can do is grab my clothes.
I'm going to punch you in the chest.
And I said, you know what, I think this is not going to work. So, I think you need to find somebody that's on your level.
So had y'all already, were y'all already anal playing?
No.
Never?
No,
and it just
never.
was like, bam.
He was like, I feel like I want you to peg me tonight. What?
Yeah.
No, that's not something you spring on somebody. That's something you really do have to talk about. Like, these are my wants. These are my needs. I like. Now, I've dated a guy who said, I like my prostate massaged. But you didn't want me to necessarily stick a dildo in you. You wanted your prostate massage. And that's something that one had to test my boundaries because I had to be open-minded to say, wow, like you're straight and you like this. And I had to do research and say, oh, I see you're really, it's crazy, but I was just like, oh, you really do come harder and you really do come in a different manner. It gives you an empty feeling, but that's not something I would do. Like, I know who I'm with now. If I ever mentioned that I was going to knock on the exit door, if I ever mentioned to him I was going to knock on the exit door, I'd be knocking on the exit door. Because his mentality is, that's not what men do. Because I saw our man behind the camera, I saw your face. But I also, once you get to know somebody, you realize, okay, when you said you were this way, you really meant something different. Different than my comprehension, my little church-going comprehension. But I think it goes back to what you said in the beginning. You have to have that open line of communication. And I would have told you from the get-go, I'm not going to play with that.
So I have a question.
I want to hear from Crystal or
What?
Jessica about this. What do y'all thought?
You go, doctor?
Look at that.
If I have to answer truthfully, called out. I have been asked to peg a couple of men. A very submissive black man. He asked me to do it often, but it's not something that I've done just yet. I'm gonna do it for the culture because I know
For the culture?
Yes, I'm gonna do it for the
You gonna
culture.
whip him too?
Yeah, I'm gonna put it on for the
I
culture.
got a paddle for you.
Thank you. Send it to me.
Okay.
I'm gonna do it for the culture so I can say that I've done it.
I don't feel like that's doing it for the culture, but we gonna digress. I've never had anybody ask me to peg them. I have, however, so I went through my divorce, right? And after my divorce, I had just learned about Tinder. Actually, I was the operations manager at Plano, and my little homegirls who worked for me was like, you need to set up a Tinder account, blah, 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 blah. I set up a Tinder account, and I was going on all these dates so I could get free food.
Period.
And so this one dude, I was like, oh, he's gonna be really cool. I ride motorcycles, he ride motorcycles. Bet. This dude said, yeah, I don't like head, but I will pull my legs back and let her eat my ass.
Yeah.
And I was like,
I saw a video today actually of a girl eating a guy's butt and having anal play today. So it's a thing. Men like it nowadays, and either you get with it or you don't.
Get with pegging or with like licking their
The
ass?
whole anal thing. The men liking anal for on them. That's the whole thing. It's a thing.
The Voice, is that what men want? Anal play?
I want to know
What's
too.
the other one though?
Some men.
I want to know, do men really like that? Do you want me blowing on your asshole?
I don't.
Y'all blowing my asshole. Why can't I blow in yours? I don't want to. I don't want to blow in that one's asshole. I'm just saying.
I mean,
Do men want to be pegged?
I'll say this.
now do men
Men
wanna
of
be
a
pegged?
certain
Hell
age,
nah.
they will ask for the anal massage because now the doctors no longer do the prostate
Right,
massage.
I know, I heard.
So they will ask their mate to do
Okay.
it because it is medically necessary for the prostate massage, so
Yeah,
that
bullshit.
it helps.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
medical.
But you know, friend behind the
Bend
camera.
that ass over.
When I dated an older guy, and I say older like me and his daughter were the same age, that was something of a request. And I'm not saying friend behind the camera. I'm not. I'm just looking at your face.
Voice.
Speaking
Voice
off
is
your
my
face.
name. Voice.
But no, he